Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Smacked into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium in Kent. We are ready to go for game number 3 of the day as NMC takes on the Geauga Knights, as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you today. Our middle game of the day and our first of the quote-unquote afternoon session should be a good matchup. NMC looking for their 27th win of the season. They have been outright dominant so far in 2026 as expected. So many top players we have seen, plenty of scouts, whether they be independent or collegiate scouts, at their games all season. It's no surprise. One of the best constructed rosters in Northeast Ohio. And today, for the first time, we are going to see Evan DeHinden on the mound. Has pitched a few times already this season for this team, but we have not seen him pitch yet. The rising senior hails from Ashland High School, 6 foot 192 in stature. And as things stand, the righty is not committed to any school. You do have to add on 2 more commits to the initial 2, which was Owen Courtney to Tri-C and Braden Colloran to Kent State. In addition to those 2, Blake Moore now committed to Akron. And beyond that, Gavin McCune committed to Tiffin. So as far as the 17U team goes, about as good as it gets in the commitment department so far. I'm sure the rest of the guys, I'm going to say at least 90% will commit somewhere soon. It just depends on where the offers come from and how good they are in the end. As for the Geauga Knights, it'll be their top three of Rose, Feebig, and Bait due up this inning. It'll be NMC as the home team, and then, of course, as the away team, the Geauga Knights. Both teams wearing white today. So we'll see how that does throw anything off. If it does, of course, the main difference beyond the white jerseys would be the black lettering for the Geauga Knights compared to the gold for NMC. But lucky for us, this is a sport that's quite easy to tell which team you're playing for based on what you're doing on the field. So we'll go with that. And now at 1:10, a little bit late, we are ready to go for game number 3 of the day. Game number 2 did run long, but a 9-3 win for Release was the final in 6. We'll see if this one goes the distance or not as this pitch is fouled away. We are playing baseball once again for the 3rd time today at Kent. 2 games left after this. A really good way to begin this 5th Kent State Invites of the year. The 0-1. Ooh, that's off the helmet. You can hear the clunk from here as Rose will take his base. An awkward one off the hand. Hendon did not like that release initially, and then I think Rose, even more so, doesn't like it either. He'll take his base. He appears to be okay, but of course time will be called to go and check on the runner. A less than ideal start for both teams. Of course, Geauga will take their base runner, but I think they'd rather that he is okay than just having him on first. So we'll see if he does run the bases or not. He does appear to be okay, but it looks like they're going to err on the side of caution, and they will bring on a pinch runner. Potentially. It looks like, no, he looks to be okay. Initially, it looked like he was making his way back to the dugout without his helmet. He appears to be okay, which, of course, is a good sign as Cooper Feebing will step in. The rising junior plays his high school ball for Andrews Osborne Academy, which our next 7 games will be at Andrews Osborne Academy after today. 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 3 Sunday. Excited to see all the upgrades made at Loomis Field. Beautiful diamond all-turf facility, and now the press box should be complete. So excited to see how that ended up turning out as Feebig steps in. Hendon looking to find his rhythm in this one, as there will be his first strike. For him, the key is putting that hit by a pitch behind him. You can't dwell on it. You can't go back and change anything now. It's happened. It's in the past. Focus on what you can control, which is this at-bat and the rest of this inning along with it. Long pause before the 0-1, which will miss low. Looking more into DeHendon, tops out at around 85 on the mound, between 71 and 72.5 on the curveball, 72 to 75 on the slider, and 77 to 79 on the changeup. DeHendon's 1-1, ground ball over towards second. This could be 2. They'll easily get the out at 2, and the return to 1, just a hair late. Not a bad relay, all things considered. Rimke does the right thing. He gets the out at 2 for the fielder's choice, but the return from Leach not quick enough. Not a bad swing from Feebing, but unfortunately for him, it was a quintessential double play ball. Lucky not to get doubled up, though. And a lot of it is just his hustle beating out the throw, as you can see on the replay. Definitively is safe. So now Bait will step in. Still a runner at first, 1 down. This time, grounder over towards third, knockdown. Throw to 2 is high, but in time. It's a nice catch for out number 2, but no throw on to first. 2 potential double play balls. This one a lot less likely, but still impressive. They managed to get even 1 out there as that ball looked plenty high, and with it, an easy airmail. Instead, with 2 away, it'll turn to the left fielder. Kaneski, the rising senior at West G, will step in. 6 foot, nearly 200 in stature. The first pitch he sees will be in the dirt for ball 1. For NMC's offense in the home half of the inning, you will expect Cade Leach, Chase Cartwright, and Gavin McCune 1 through 3. And beyond that in the 4 spot, if we do get there, it would be the Kent State commit in Braden Colloran. The 1-0 will miss low for ball 2. NMC is the only organization that we will be seeing twice today, as we'll see NMC Bliss at 5:30 taking on Premier Budzinski. The 2-0 skips in for ball 3. We'll have to check. I do believe they were having some good success earlier on today. But of course, that game could have easily changed. So we're going to try to figure out that score here shortly. And the 3-0 is wide for ball 4. So 2 on, 2 down. And now that'll turn it over to Vidovic. Still looking for the score update from that Budzinski game. As in the end, no, they lost 12-4 to the Cleveland Baseball Federation, so they'll start 0-1 in the tournament. And again, they'll play at 5:30 against NMC Bliss. They'll need that one to go their way. That is, without a doubt, a must-win game now based on the tournament brackets. And speaking of the CBF Zata team, they are playing right now against the Stark Raiders. The Raiders really needing a win as well, as you could say they were done dirty earlier on today, barely losing in a really good matchup against IVL Karen. The 1-0, swing and a miss. That game currently sits in the bottom of the first inning. Still scoreless. So just a little ahead of schedule at Munson 2. And now time is called before the 1-1. But we'll see how that game ends up going. A lot on the line there for both teams. If the CBF can win, all of a sudden they're 2-0 and in a prime spot to advance. Good swing taken to right field and just through from Vidovic. They will send the lead runner home. The play at the plate won't happen. McCune can't get it cleanly at first, and it's an RBI single for Bryce Vidovic. Geauga, they strike first in this one, 1-0 in the top of the first. And it was a perfect swing, too. Just got it past McCune. Snuck it into the outfield, and then from there, the rest was easily done by Rose. He comes around to score. So NMC, not necessarily used to playing from behind, but will have to do just that here as they enter the bottom of the first inning shortly. Now it's Robert Allison stepping in as he'll take ball 1 high. Wearing number 7, the rising senior, hails from Lake Catholic High School. Batted a .111 with 2 RBIs in 12 games played this past season for the Cougars. The 1-0, he'll take it high for ball 2. You go back to 2025 with Pat Radigan and AJ Trobatter pulling the strings. Lake Catholic was able to win Division 4 of the OHSAA State Tournament in baseball. The 2-0 inside for ball 3. After Allison, it goes to another member of the North Coast Conference in Austin Otero. And that could be with the bases loaded. DeHenden some early struggles in this one. That time able to just get it in the zone for strike 1. But this NMC offense is going to have to come out hungry in the home half of the inning. They really don't have any time to waste. And a chance to get them there a little bit quicker from 3-0 to full. A good battle from DeHenden, but still has a little bit of work to do. And MC desperately trying to get out of the inning. But they will not. It's ball 4. A good take in the end from Robert Allison. And the bases will be loaded, setting up Austin Otero in the 7 spot. Otero, wearing number 16, a rising senior out of NDCL High School, batted a .125 this past season with 1 RBI in 10 games played. On top of that, posted a 2.21 ERA in 3 appearances for the Lions. Right now, Cotton getting in some extra work behind the plate in the blocking department. Has had to go quite low for a few. Once again, Leach, Cartwright, McCune, 1 through 3 due up for NMC in the bottom of the inning. We'll see what happens when we do get there. The 1-0 is going to miss for ball 2. An interesting start to this matchup. The Geauga Knights up 1-0, but a chance to extend their lead early. DeHinden's 2-0. Line drive over towards second base and just over Rimke's head. 1 run will score. Here comes a second. And just like that, it's a 2 RBI double. What a swing for Austin Otero. That'll make it 3-0 Geauga. The Knights out of nowhere have sprung into action again. I mean, that ball could have been caught by Rimke. It was close. But just over his head, nothing more could have been done. And Austin Otero continues to do the dirty work here. You go back to what he did for NDCL this season. Doubled the RBIs on one swing in comparison to his high school campaign. What a start for this group. 11-13 on the year. And they're making some noise against Evan DeHinden. Now it's Cade Hoffman, the right fielder, stepping in, looking to add on. The 0-1 will miss inside. But who saw this coming this early? The Geauga Knights impressing. But can NMC respond? The 1-1, Hoffman chops it over towards the left side. It's going to be a tough play from short. The throw to 1 won't happen. Make it 4-0 Geauga. It's an infield RBI single for Cade Hoffman. And the train continues to move along the tracks. Put him at the corners now for Carter Jacobs. Wearing the darker number 17 on the roster. Comes in, just graduated from Lake Catholic. Batted .312 in 21 games this past season for the Cougars. And he will drive this one into left field, and it's going to be dropped. So the inning will continue on the E7. That'll make it 5-0 Geauga. Just unreal what has been happening this inning. The Geauga Knights have come to play. NMC is just astonished. As am I right now. This was just not expected at all. But 5-0 Geauga. They're in the driver's seat right now. And now it's Connor Mize, the pitcher, stepping in. The rising senior out of Mayfield this past season through 23 innings with a sub-1 ERA. So it is the ace coming out to pitch this game. But he'll have to wait a little bit more to actually get on the mound as he'll take ball 1 inside. But he has all the run support in the world. A stunner so far in the top of the first. The 1-0 skips in for ball 2. If Mize were to walk, we would go back to the top of the order. Unless they're putting somebody else in. Just impressive. The 2-0 swing and a miss. Actually, this is the top. They're not going to hit Mize. Initially, the lineup card said they were hitting him. So in the end, they're going to go to 9. Which is weird because they have an EH in the lineup. It's an interesting one. I guess they flipped the lineup card after they gave it to us. In the on-deck circle, it is Phoebing. So they have batted around once. Do apologize for that one. I don't believe, though, that Mize did hit this season. He did not. Okay, it makes sense. More so why he's not hitting here. But a ball here would load up the bases for Phoebing. And the bases are loaded again. My goodness. This has been a nightmare inning for NMC. No other way to put it. Time is called. Is this going to do it for DeHinden? We'll see. It's a big call here for Coach Carevic. But he might have to go to his bullpen sooner than he would have liked. He does have some options. But only so many. We'll see what he does. This, I feel like, is just to settle him down. But you're down by 5, bases loaded. He'll stay on, but just a shock start for those just tuning in. The Geauga Knights lead it 5-0 over NMC Carevic. Once more, Leach, Carevic here, and they have a whole lot of work to do. And that's just the top of the order. They need to bat through in the bottom of the inning. Feebig so far today has hit into a fielder's choice. Keep in mind there were 2 outs after 3 at-bats. Could have easily been a couple of double plays too. Just didn't happen. And here we are, a whole host of at-bats later. First pitch, Feebig will take strike 1. Either this one is going to continue like this, or we're going to have a high-scoring affair. We'll see which one we end up getting. The 0-1, yes, he did. So, in 1/2 inning, we have the same amount of runs that we did in our first game today's entirety. Just to put it in perspective, and now there will be action in the bullpen. It'll be Colt Flores going down to try and stretch. The 0-2 fouled off. At least in the starting lineup, it's worth noting no River Blomquist. He is in the dugout and he is going down with Colt Flores, so one of those two could be warming up. We'll see which one they end up going with. This pitch off the plate. After Feebig, it would go to Bates. A .259 average in 27 games this past season for the Chardon Hilltoppers. The hand in, just looking for a way out of the inning. Light poke over towards third, but foul. Not a bad swing at all from Feebig. He'll stay alive with it. But a long top of the first inning. And a stark contrast from the last game. The biggest inning any team has had so far today. Once again, DeHinden will try for the knockout punch, but he'll have to wait. Cooper Feebig is fighting with everything he has. Feebig has been amazing to watch, at least in this at-bat. And he'll have some work to do behind the plate, I'm sure. But you have your ace on the mound. You have a 5-run lead in hand. You have to take advantage of this situation, even if it takes you the full 7 to win it. This is your chance to go and upset one of the best teams in this bracket pool. If not the best, based on record. But this is your opportunity. The 1-2 again fouled away. But I wouldn't be surprised if DeHinden's day is done after 1. Do you bring on Colt Flores for the second? Do you bring on River Blomquist? I think Flores would be their next guy. But we'll see what ends up happening. One more 1-2 this time. He'll get the swing and miss. DeHinden finds his first strikeout of the day, and the side is retired. But the Geauga Knights plate 5 in the top of the first inning. To the bottom of the frame we go. NMC has some work to do. Down 5-0 to the Knights. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium in Kent. Bottom of the first inning, 5-0. The Geauga Knights lead NMC Carevic. What a result so far for the Knights. Plenty of game left to go. 21 outs to go. This NMC team, they do not give up easily. They're going to be a tough out here as Cade Leach, Chase Cartwright, and Gavin McCune lead off the inning. But my goodness, they have a lot of work to do. Who would have thought this coming in? A 15-win discrepancy between the teams. And this is the result that we have so far. It's quite impressive. And just to put that in perspective, that 15-win discrepancy, 15 wins in its own right, is more wins than 3 of the 4 teams that we have seen before this today. The only team with more wins was the Stealth Select, who had 17. I hope that really puts into perspective how crazy this start is for the Geauga Knights. But they had their ace on the mound in Connor Mize, and he'll look to channel the power of Casey Mize, so to speak. Sure, the Guardian fans are not too pleased with that comparison, but the last name's there, you'll take it. Count 0-2, Mize will miss high. This past season, the rising senior out of Mayfield High School, a .9 ERA, 4-1 record with 2 saves in 11 appearances, over 23 and a third innings. The 1-2 goes for the inside, can't get it to go. Coming in 6 foot 145. Definitely a lanky pitcher, but one that has a good track record of getting the job done. This one taken over towards third, and it's caught on a line for out number 1. A nice catch by Vidovic. And that'll take care of Cade Leach. But you look at his strikeout to walk ratio, more than positive, 36 strikeouts to 11 walks. Over 3 strikeouts per 1 walk surrendered this past season. Again, this is the guy that the Geauga Knights love to have in spots like this. And he has a chance to go out here and potentially show some colleges why they should come after him. I think if he wins this game and goes quite a while in it, this is going to be a very good game for his resume. It easily can be. Cartwright trying to make that not the case, says he'll send this one over towards first, and just down the right field line it goes. Cartwright, he'll take the turn. He wants 2 on this one, and he will easily be there with a 1-out double. NMC's offense starting to find their footing. That'll go a long way, but still plenty of work left to do. But Cartwright just sneaks it past Bate. Had a chance to make a play on it, but Cartwright, a really good swing, had 7 doubles this past season for Avon Lake. No surprise, he got that one through. Runner at second, 1 down, as Gavin McCune will step in. And Feebig will go and have a word with Mize. But Gavin McCune, a tough player to go up against, no matter the situation. 6 foot 210 in stature. Tops out at around 89 pitching. The next velo of around 90. This past season played for Canton Central Catholic. Part of the Crusader squad that made it to the regional championship, bowing out to Cardinal Mooney. A good run for the Crusaders all together. Their sports have really been picking it up. Football did struggle this year. You lost 2 of your best pitchers before week 2 was even beginning. I mean, by halftime of game week 1, you were already on your second string quarterback who also got hurt. The 1-0 high and in. That, of course, being Brock Berkwin. But we'll see what Monner can do if he gets that opportunity or not. But I do assume Brock will be the quarterback this coming season. Here's the 2-0. As it'll miss inside for ball 3. Just depends on how camp goes, as both guys do also play baseball. 3-0 count on McCune. Kyle ran in the on-deck circle. Mize getting back at it, and this time he will connect for strike 1. Needs to keep the strikes up. Needs to get a strikeout as well at some point. That'll go big for his confidence. It'll be a big strikeout if he can find one. The 3-1, swing and a miss. That ball will get away from the catcher, Feebig. And it's a free base for Cartwright. So he now is 90 feet away from coming around to give NMC their first run of the game. As for Mize, he is a strike away from getting his first punch out of the day. As for McCune, though, a chance to bring in one. And that's the opportunity he wants. And not the opportunity he'll take. It flies right to the shortstop. A nice catch from Rose for out number 2. Both outs so far have been strong lineouts for NMC's offense. So with 2 away, it turns to the Kent State commit and Braden Colleran. Plenty of power behind his bat. An exit velo of 103, the best on the team. What can the lefty do here at his future home? As for the Knights, it'll be Bate, Konieski, and Vidovic. 3 through 5 coming up. Up 5-0, trying to keep it that way, entering the second inning. The 1-0, an excellent block from Fiebig. That just saved a run quite easily. If that had been a no-doubt run, Chase Cartwright would have been home and then some on that one. After Colleran, it goes to McMillan. But Mize looking to end the inning here. The 2-0, he'll go to the outside and can't connect. Very similar to what we saw against Riley Verteber in the last game. This might be the guy that you pretty much designate as the pitch around guy. And there it is, ball 4. No surprise in my opinion. You don't risk it with Braden Colleran. If he gets a hold of the baseball the right way, he is going to launch it. I think that's definitely the case that you say, okay, we'll give up the walk here. We'll take our chances against McMillan. But for Aiden McMillan, a 1-2 exit velo, not too far behind Braden Colleran. But 2 on, 2 down, NMC still looking for their first run of the day. They might need some more run support when it's all said and done, but right now a 5-run lead does feel semi-comfortable. Especially if Mize and this defense can keep this NMC offense in check. First pitch to McMillan will miss low for ball 1. After McMillan, it would go to Blake Moore. Playing out in left field today, could technically come on and pitch, but I do believe he is being saved for later on in this tournament. The 1-0 McMillan flies it foul. I would say as well that is the right call. If not this tournament, maybe a game coming up early on next week that you could throw him in. But still, you do throw DeHinden and whoever else after him with a semi-expectation that they could come out and pitch again later on in this tournament. Runner goes 1-1. McMillan fly ball sent into right field. And this one will be easily tracked down and caught to end the inning. A nice catch by Cade Hoffman in right. Shuts down NMC's offense as they strand runners at the corners. Through 1, score remains 5-0 Geauga as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium, top of the second inning, 5-0 your score. It's the Geauga Knights on top of NMC as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports. For the Knights, it'll be 3 through 5 duo beginning with Michael Bate, the first baseman. Bate, the rising senior out of Chardon, 6'1", 185. Again, 3 doubles, 13 RBIs, a .259 average in 27 games for the Hilltoppers in 2026. And he'll start by fouling this one away. It was a really tough first inning for NMC. Able to get out of it after a lot of hard work. But they still have to find a way for their offense to get into this game. The 0-1 will skip in. DeHinden does stay on the mound for now, but I'm sure he will have a short leash. Especially if the Geauga Knights find a way to score again, then I wouldn't be surprised to see him exit the game early on. And probably have Colt Flores come on and replace him. We'll see what the appeal says, and they say he doesn't go. Count 2-1. Austin Koneski, the left fielder, awaits in the on-deck circle. Looking to potentially have somebody on in front of him. The 2-1, that time did he go? And the answer is yes. No need for the appeal, count 2-2. But for NMC, they just need a spark play, which they had that double, which could have easily been it. It wasn't in the end. They need a play that gets everybody up and everybody excited again to inject life into the team. The 2-2, it's strike 3 looking, 1 up, 1 down. DeHinden will get his second strikeout of the day, and they are back-to-back, going back to last inning. But they need a big play. Not necessarily a diving catch or anything along those lines, but a couple of good hits. Maybe a single and then an infield single that is hustled out. Something that'll get the bench going, get the teammate juices flowing again, and just get them to play some good, cohesive baseball. Energy is huge, and we've talked about it before. I think I mentioned it on Sunday quite a bit in that 7th inning of the last game. The energy had to be up the whole game, and it wasn't. When the energy was at its highest for both teams, that is when they were scoring runs. Not when it was quiet, not when they seemed like they were tired. It was when everybody was involved and engaged in the game. Right now, body language, it's telling. The silence as well, it's telling. The 2-0 taken for strike 1. Even for the Geauga Knights, they could use some more encouragement too from their bench. Everybody else is behind in the shed. I get trying to stay cool a little bit. NMC subs are currently up against the edge of the dugout. They're giving some encouragement when they can. If you don't bring the energy from start to finish, which again, I know it's hot, it's going to be a rough day at the office, especially if things start to go south. That is for either team, which in one case already has gone south. Here's DeHinden's 2-2. Too much follow through in the end, and we are full. It is Vidovic getting ready in the on-deck circle, an RBI single, his first time up. DeHinden looking for his 3rd consecutive strikeout. He will not get it. It's ball 4 high. And Koneski will walk for the 2nd time today. You can hear some pieces of encouragement. But again, the energy. If NMC comes out swinging well in the 2nd, that whole bench has to be up and they have to be encouraging. Because right now, it's a hot day and you can tell. Not just based on the feel, based on body language. Runner fakes here as that pitch is well high and in to Vidovic. And again, I've played in this heat before. I understand how difficult it is to have that energy. You have to find it from somewhere. Count 1-0 on the 3rd baseman. DeHinden will set and fire. And I believe they were going to say he didn't go. We'll see here. No appeal, no nothing. And no signal to confirm. After Vidovic, it goes to Allison again. The 2-0 ground ball hit over towards short, knocked down, flick to 2. It's going to go wide, and it's going to be an extra base for the lead runner. Konyatsky, he will take third. And I think for a second he had his eye on home. It'll be an E6. Vidovic is safe at first quite easily. But put him at the corners now for Robert Allison. The little mistakes are going to be magnified quite a bit in this game. And here could be a prime example of it. Allison looking for a big swing, a big play altogether to extend the lead from 5 to 6. But he'll begin by swinging and missing. The first time we saw Allison, he walked. But runners at the corners, one down, top of the second. And again, it looks like Flores, he might go out to the pen and warm up, as now it's 0-2 on Allison. Kind of hesitantly is going out there with Callaran. Two-strike approach here for Allison. Has to keep it short. And he'll stay alive. In the bottom of the inning, more Cotton Briggs. 6-8 due up for NMC. And we'll see pitching-wise if it is to Hendon after this inning. Again, the 0-2. A good hold this time, as it is just a hair high. As well, players from both teams starting to roll in for the next game, as it looks like it is primarily Force Mancuso players making their way to Schoonover Stadium. Now the 1-2, and this time the delivery is too low. After Allison, it goes to Otero, who hit a 2 RBI double his first time up. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind doing that again. Question is, if the base is loaded, will you rush Flores into the game? It's a tough call, as you want to try to let DeHenden work through it, but right now just is struggling. Runner's going to go here. Pitch is inside for ball 3. Full count, as now there are 2 runners in scoring position. I think the point of that was, at least from Vidovic's end, to try and get the pitcher to step off. DeHenden didn't bite, missed inside, and now has to attack Allison after 0-2, running it full. Payoff pitch. It is inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk of the day for Robert Allison. Really earned that one. Bases juiced, 1 down. It turns to Otero. Already 2 RBIs today. What more can he come up with for this Geauga Knight offense? Already up by 5, but still looking for their first runs of the second inning. Just really incredible what they have been able to put together. And again, DeHenden will miss inside for ball 1. If I'm Connor Mize, I am loving what I'm seeing. Great run support, just maybe a little bit more would be nice. You never know when NMC's offense can come out and score a bunch. The 1-0 taken for strike 1. But we saw it a few weeks back against that Northeast Padres scout team. Went down early. Were able to score a few times, just really couldn't get a long enough sustained run. And that was their downfall. They'd score a few, then give up a few, and the momentum pretty much the whole entire time sat with the Padres. The 1-1, Otero, a high chop over towards first. It gets past the first baseman, flick to first, in time for out number 2. Otero is out, but he drives in a run. His 3rd RBI of the game. His out is not in vain. Make it 6-0 Geauga Knights. Once again, you will trade an out for a run 10 times out of 10 in this spot. And that'll keep 2 runners in scoring position for Cade Hoffman. An RBI single, his first time of a chance to bring in 2 more still. 6-0 Geauga up in the top of the second inning. They have been a really good watch so far, as Hoffman will swing and miss. But NMC really has to kick it into high gear offensively. but only time will tell if they can. The 0-1, a really good hold. But this is the beauty of baseball. Any given day, anything can happen. No matter how crazy a result may seem, it is always possible in this sport. Count 1-1 on the right fielder. And he is underneath it, popping it up foul. And in the end, it was playable. I don't think Cotton thought it was. Either way, 1-2 count as, again, more players from Force begin to arrive. As their game might not be starting at 3:15. Probably a little bit later as things stand. Here's the 1-2, and this time it's in the dirt, smothered by Cotton. If another run scores, do you make the change? That's what I keep going back to. I'm surprised that the Hinden is still in. Again, I get the idea of letting him work through it. But if any more damage is done, I think you have to go and call Colt Flores in. Or somebody else that you have in line. Either way, it's a tough call. The Hinden's 2-2. It is strike three looking. The inning is over. In the end, Evan DeHinden is able to get out of the frame, up to 3 strikeouts on the day. But another run comes to pass courtesy of an RBI ground out from Austin Otero. Middle of 2 here in Kent. 6-0 as the Geauga Knights in control on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Blake Moore leads it off for NMC in the home half of the second inning. 6-0 Geauga on top. As you are watching Kent State Showcase/Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. 5 runs in the first, 1 in the second for the Geauga Knights. As Mize gets back to work on the mound. Missing to Blake Moore. Moore just recently committed to Akron, 6'3", 185 in stature. Helped his team make it all the way to the district final before bowing out in the OHSAA tournament. This time, ground ball over towards short. Throw to first is in time. 1 up, 1 down on a nice play from Rose. No strikeouts yet for Mize. Looking at his split, over 3 strikeouts per walk allowed this past season for Mayfield. But today really hasn't been a strikeout guy. Averaging over a strikeout per inning. His defense has done the majority of the work. As now Grady Cotton, the catcher, steps in. And I'm sure for them, if the offense can keep it up and the pressure will be there, more power to them and the more likely they are to win this game. And it's good to see that they didn't just score 5 and say, you know what, we're good, we're complacent, and go down 1-2-3 in the second. They needed to keep the pressure up. They scored again, and that could force NMC's hand into a pitching change they didn't want, as this ball is sent into left field and through for a 1-out base hit. A nice swing from Grady Cotton, as NMC will get their second hit of the game. And now it turns to the third baseman in Jackson Briggs. Briggs wearing number 2. A 93.1 exit velo, the rising senior. Plays his high school ball for Brunswick. As well, speaking of Brunswick, you go back a couple of days. It was the last time that their field would be used as a dirt diamond. The turf project is a go, I believe, over at Brunswick. Excited to see how that diamond does turn out. Always a beautiful place to watch a ball game, so we'll see. Ground ball up the middle. This could be trouble. They'll get the out at 2. Return to 1. Not in time. Briggs just beats it out. That'll be a fielder's choice for out number 2, but Briggs' hustle will keep the inning alive. That's always why you run it out. You never know what will happen. And now it turns to Jake Rimke in the 9th spot. The second baseman has made a couple of plays today, but his team needs a little bit more than that. As for the Knights, it'll be Jacobs then Top in the top of the 3rd inning. Mize, he'll throw back, not in time, over towards first. Again, up next, join us at around 3:15 as the Academy Wolves take on Force Ohio Mancuso. Then after that at 5:30, it'll be Premier Ohio Budzinski taking on NMC Bliss, and that'll round out our 5-game slate today at the Kent State Invites. A big day of baseball here in Kent. Then on Friday and Saturday, we'll have 4 pool play games. The 18U division of the NABF World Series culminating in the game of pool play, in my opinion. Warcats Himes taking on Ohio Elite. The 0-1 foul back. Then on Sunday, 9, 11:30, and 2, we will have the 18U semifinals and championships once again live from Loomis Field in Willoughby. So the next 7 games that we have will all be at Andrews Osborne Academy. Interesting, that's how it works out. Count 0-2 on Rimke. And he will laser this one foul. Then next week just depends on locations where we will be. I believe we're going to try to do 5 games during the middle portion of the week before an 11-game slate. Potentially 10, just depending on how the bracket works out for the College World Series. Across 3 days to close out summer ball on the 26th. Another 0-2. Rimke pops it into foul territory off towards right field, and down it goes foul. He will have another attempt. A good survival swing from Rimke, nearly had it caught, but just put it out of the defense's reach. As well, the next game will be our 50th of the summer. Crazy to think that across the next 2 weeks, just based on how busy it's going to be, we'll be doing probably around 20 more. Once more, the 0-2. Rimke gets jammed up right to second base to end the inning. Otero is there, doesn't really have to move at all, and it'll remain 6-0 as we head to the 3rd inning. The Geauga Knights looking stellar on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Carter Jacobs in the 9th spot leads off for the Geauga Knights in the top of the 3rd inning. 6-0. The Knights in control of this one as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. What a 3rd game today. Out of nowhere, the Geauga Knights, who, again, were not favored in this game, not by any stretch, have put on 6 runs in 2 innings against one of the best teams, if not the best team, heading into this bracket. And they will play with a lead. Some good pitching so far from Connor Mize. No strikeouts, but hasn't allowed a run yet. He's kept the game where it's at in the offense. They have scored successfully in each of the first 2 innings today. As for NMC, they need Evan DeHinden to settle into this one. 3 strikeouts so far. And he is looking good in this inning. 2 strikes quickly on Jacobs. And there's the swing and miss. It'll be a drop third. Throw down to first will be in time. It's 1 up, 1 down. I give a lot of credit to Coach Carevic for staying with DeHinden. Easily could have made the pitching change. If I was a coach, I probably would have made that pitching change just because of how the game started. You give up 5 in the first. Things looked bleak again in the second. But he knows his pitcher. He knows his players quite well. He kept the faith. And now we go back to the top for a 3rd go-around. If DeHinden can settle the game down, NMC has a way back in. They just need the offense to really pick it up. If the offense can't figure it out, it doesn't matter how good DeHinden pitches from here on out. All that will matter at that point would be the run support that the Knights have. So far today, we have seen the home team and the away team win. The home team walked it off in game number 1, and the away team won convincingly in game number 2 as this ball is flown into center field and caught in left center by McMillan for out number 2. But just to recap those games, a 3-2 walk-off win for IVL Karen, courtesy of a 2 RBI double from Joe Svets. And then in game number 2, a 9-3 win for Release. Pretty convincing. Some things kind of went away from them at the end, but still managed to get the job done. Didn't allow too many runs as they look to fight for a top seed out of this Kent State Invite. And I'm sure for them heading forward to take on the Wolves tomorrow, they want to see what the Academy Wolves will bring to the table later on today. This ball sent up the middle, over towards short. An excellent throw to first is just in time to end the inning. An excellent play from Cade Leach. The side is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning. To the home half of the 3rd we go. Leach leads it off when we return to Schoonover Stadium. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. NMC heads back to the top of their order for their second go-around. Leach, Cartwright, and McCune 1 through 3 due up as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Again, 2 more games left to go after this today. But this one, a really intriguing matchup so far. 6-0, the Geauga Knights on top. They have looked quite impressive. But for the first time today, they failed to score in an inning. And now, NMC will look to answer. Ground ball hit over towards short. Rose will bobble. Throw to 1. Bounces in. And it will bounce away. And out of play it goes. It is an extra base given to Leach on the E6. NMC's offense looking to get back into business. That'll help them out here in the home half of the 3rd inning. Now setting up Chase Cartwright, who already has doubled today. This game did start a little bit late, but for those curious about the time limits, I believe we have until around 3:05 to start a new inning. So we're over an hour into this game that way. In general, about an hour in, as this one has been a longer matchup. But still, the Knights semi-far away from that run rule, which they're the team that would be able to do it. But Cartwright and company trying to make that a fairy tale at best. Mize will get back to work. He'll find the zone. 0-1 the count. Still a lot of work left to do. Far from a guarantee that Geauga can continue the way they're going. But they definitely do have the grit about them if they can make it happen. The 0-1. Cartwright thought about it, but holds in the end. There's plenty of power in this lineup. Plenty of guys that can change the game. And MC is just waiting to see who it will be. And as I mentioned, they're still waiting for that momentous play, the one that really brings everybody back into it. The 1-1, it is going to get to the backstop, and it's a free base for Cade Leach. So now 90 feet away from coming around and giving NMC their first run of the game. And definitely needs to make it soon. At this rate, we're going to be playing 6 innings of baseball, and that's it. Which that would be the case for back-to-back games, but still, you have to keep it in mind when you play at this point. You might not have those extra outs as Cartwright puts this one up the middle. It's off the pitcher's glove, just out of the reach of Rose at short. And it'll be a pinballed base hit for Chase Cartwright, driving in Leach. That'll make it 6-1. I mean, you can just feel the pain that this defense has. They thought they had a big play. They thought they got it done. Just off of 2 different gloves. Nothing more he could have done. Tipped it. Short would have been there in the end. Just coming back to the ball. Couldn't double back quick enough. And now it turns to Gavin McCune. So now a conversation here. The Geauga Knights coach wants some kind of explanation. Didn't really see anything that was worth appealing. So I believe the run in with it, the play will stand. So now it turns to McCune. He lined out to short his first time up. Mize back to work as McCune shoots this one deep to left field, still going back, and that ball is going to drop over everybody's head for extra bases. McCune is going to touch and go. He wants 3. The runner will score, and it's an RBI triple for Gavin McCune. I mean, he left the outfield in the dust, and it's perfect timing for 51. I thought for a second that ball had a chance to get out of here. It looks great off the bat, and then just it drops in front of everybody in the outfield. I say in front because the moment that ball was hit, they just turned around and saw it go. So now it turns to Colorado as he'll take ball 1 up high. But just a great hit from McCune. NMC right back in this game. Colorado, he'll take ball 1. And now it's ball 2. And the on-deck circle to follow it is Aiden McMillan. But this is the inning NMC has been waiting for. And I think still we are going to see the Knights semi-pitch away from him. I don't blame them. Could you pitch at him? Probably at this point. The 3-0, Collar, and he'll take matters into his own hands, grounding this one to second. Throw to one is in time for out number one. The bases will be cleared, but a third run will score. Third consecutive at-bat that brings in a run. Now a 6-3 game as NMC in a third of an inning has slashed the deficit in half. So now it turns to McMillan, the center fielder. He flew out to right his first time up. Not many guys have that green light on the 3-0, but of course Colloran does. No surprise at all. As for the Knights, they will try to bring up Bate, Koneski, and Vidovic 3 through 5 once again in the fourth. But they'll have some work to do. The 1-0 Mize will just miss for ball two. As for DeHinden, he gets some run support at long last. If this game is competitive and he can continue pitching well, a sour outing can become quite sweet in just a span of a few innings. That first inning really got away from NMC. And now this is where they find retribution. 2 balls, 1 strike count on McMillan. 5'10", 195 out of Worcester, as he will foul that one off. Again, as we've mentioned, second fastest or hardest exit velo at 102, just behind Braden Colloran's 103. So plenty of power, as you would expect from him. Playing for a very tough Worcester General squad. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes on the center fielder. Connor Mize back to work. And McMillan takes it up the middle and through into right center field. It goes for a 1-out base hit. And just like that, NMC will operate with runners on as they will bring in Blake Moore. That's when they're at their best, when they can move somebody along. It gives them purpose. It gives them a better way to go about an inning. And now you're a few nice hits away from tying this game up. It's what you would expect from NMC. Their offense would eventually figure it out. But still, 3 runs, nowhere near enough. And this could be a game that the first to 10 wins it. Or at this rate, the first to have the lead at 3 o'clock wins it. Which I say the first to have the lead at 3 o'clock because odds are it could be, not saying it will be, but it could be tied at 3. And then from there, it depends what happens before the time limit. And yes, this game, as unfortunate as it is, could end in a tie. That is a possible outcome. Mize, he'll throw back to first, and McMillan has to almost doggy paddle back. Kind of stubbed his knee the first time he dove. But that second effort was just enough to see him back to the bag. The 1-1, a good take from Moore. Bottom 3, 6-3, 9 combined runs. We have been getting more and more runs as the day has gone on. Started with 5 combined runs, then made our way to 12. At 9, looking to once again one-up it. Moore, a good drive deep to left field. This one is going to get down just in front of the left fielder. And it'll be extra bases for Moore. Going to third, it'll be McMillan. And depending on how you want to score that one, it could be a double or an error. Just kind of based on where it was, it's a big 1-out double for Blake Moore. And that'll bring up the tying run, which in this exercise is Grady Cotton. So a quick conversation here between Fiebig and Mize. But NMC, they're a couple of nice hits away, like I said a few moments ago, from tying this game up. You can tell that they're knocking on the door of it right now. Can they get it all back in one inning, though? That's the question. And I'm sure they would like to. If they can find a way to get everything back in one inning, more power to them. And with it, could they take a lead this inning? That would be the most ideal situation for them going forward as they look to hit around essentially here. And believe it or not, the only out this inning was recorded against Braden Colloran, the Kent State commit. That stat does not seem realistic, but it is the truth. On a 3-0 pitch with the green lights. The 0-1. Again, it's there for a strike. 0-2 count on Grady Cotton, the rising senior out of Norway High School. 1 for 1 on the day with a base hit so far. Mize, that time, will sail it high for ball 1. And on his end, he is still looking for his first strikeout of the day. Just a lot of contact from this NMC squad. The 102, excuse me. The 1-2 is popped. Playable right in front of the mound, and it's going to be caught by the first baseman for out number 2. Nice job tracking it down by Bates. Just got well too much underneath it. And with 2 away, that'll bring up Jackson Briggs, the third baseman. A fielder's choice, his first time up. And that fielder's choice nearly ended the inning with a double play, but just beat it out. Briggs up the middle, over towards second. It's going to be snagged in the infield. They're going to throw home. Another run will try to come home, and in the end, they'll send him back. 1 run does score on the play. Briggs drives him in, and that'll make it 6-4. So now a 2-run game, and the tying run stands at first for Jake Rimke. And MC continues to battle. Worst comes to worst, it's still an overall positive inning. But I'm sure they'll take that with a grain of salt. They want more as Rimke will wave and miss. If Rimke can keep the inning going, we would go back to the top of the order with Cade Leach. And I think NMC would not mind batting around at all. The 0-1 Rimke fouls it away. As for the Geauga Knights, they are 1 out away from getting out of this tough inning. And with it, still have about 50 minutes left to fight to try and keep this one where it's at. A good inning, yes, but a long inning for NMC, which, if they can't get it done, will not go in their favor. The 0-2 breaks inside. Then after that, we would expect around a 3:30 to 3:45 start time for the second to last game before what could turn into a 6 o'clock start time for the last game. The 1-2, Rimke will take it high. A combined 10 runs through nearly 3 innings. A whole lot of offense. The 2-2, well inside again, and we're full. Again, it's Cade Leach who reached on an error his first time up this inning in the on-deck circle, wanting to come back up for a second time around. Full count, 3-2. Runners at the corners. The throw back to first, not in time. Throw home. Did they get him? No, the ball gets away. So a quick reaction throw home from Bates, but it's not quick enough. And now it's 6-5. I get the idea of throwing back, but that's the danger. You just give up a run that was not guaranteed to come around. Runner from first will be in motion here, though. A big payoff pitch coming here for Connor Mize. Rimke will foul it off. So once more, we will see the 3-2 pitch. But I like that aggression from NMC. I'm sure they're glad they tried it as well, as worst comes to worst. You walk out of here with 5 of the 6 runs you needed. Payoff pitch once more is fouled back. This is, once again, the weird side of baseball that a clock also matters. It's not like you have 4 innings left to play, necessarily. You might only have 3, if not 2. It just depends on how long these innings take. Once again. Yeah, we're doing it again. A lot of good swings from Rimke. I'll give him that. and definitely has frustrated Connor Mize so many times during this at-bat already. But can he win the war? Count remains 3-2. And again, they will throw back to first. A crazy first 3 innings. And we still have plenty of baseball left to go after this. This payoff pitch, Rimke takes it down the left field line. At long last, he will straighten one out. He is going for second. The lead runner is getting waved on home, and he is going to score with ease. It's an RBI double for Jake Rimke, and just like that, we are tied at 6. It took some patience. It took a battle, but finally, Jake Rimke wins the war and ties the game up, and now he represents the go-ahead run as NMC has played its 6 so far this inning. And they might not be done. We will go to the top of the order once again. And we'll see what this offense can figure out. As well, it'll be a new player coming in River Blomqvist. Not a bad substitution at all. Bringing on one of your best bats off the bench, it's quite efficient. The 1-0 Blomqvist, a good drive into right field, and it's going to go foul. If he could have straightened that one out, A, it would have been in the corner, B, it would have been extra bases, and C, the comeback would have been complete, and NMC would have had the lead. And I'm sure NMC is wanting to come out with all the vengeance in the world again in the 4th to try and do it again. And I'm sure that would be a story they would love telling time and time again. Blomqvist, ground ball over towards short, throw across the diamond to first. It is going to not be in time. Blomqvist beats it out. Barely does, but still gets there in the nick of time. And that'll extend the inning to an 11th hitter. Runners at the corners. Go ahead, run 90 feet away. But once again, that is why you always hustle it out. Excellent speed from River Blomqvist. And on the replay, he looks to be safe. Now the question is, will Mize get pulled from the game here? Big conversation as Mize has struggled this inning mightily. But he is their ace. He is their guy. If they are to win, probably at least part of it would be on him pitching. But you can just tell this team is struggling in the heat. And I mentioned it earlier. Long sequences of being out in the heat, it's going to be tough to play in. And the defense, it just seems like got gassed at the wrong time. Mize will try to finish out this inning. Beyond this inning, who knows? But it has already been a long half inning. And we will have, about a half hour, 45 minutes at most coming up left in this game? 45 at the most, and that's right now. Until, at the latest, we see the time limit hit. And we're still in the 3rd inning. Runner goes here, pitch, an easy strike. And with it, an easy base for Blomqvist. So an 0-1 count on Chase Cartwright. After him, it goes to Gavin McCune. What can NMC do? Cartwright, ground ball over towards short, knocked down. The throw to first to keep the game tied. It's going to be late. And NMC will take the lead as they bring in 2. 8-6 your score. The big inning continues for NMC Carevic. It's just what they do. A massive infield hit for Cartwright. An 8 spot for NMC. We knew they were capable of it. And they just continue to impress. I'm impressed that Blomqvist just went. He has that speed, but kind of out of nowhere just goes on home and easily takes it. Now McCune fouls that one back. We're up to 14 combined runs in less than 3 innings complete. Time locally 2:27. Just a really stunning game. Runner goes on the 0-1, pitches in the dirt, and Cartwright is easily safe at second. And now it looks like inside the dugout, DeHinden is warming up again. I mean, it's been so long, you might have to pull him at this point because, I mean, has it been a half an hour since he's pitched? Could be. The 1-1, McCune flies this one foul off towards right field. And in the on-deck circle, it is Braden Colloran once again. If you'd have told me after the second inning that there would be a conversation of which pitcher is pulled first, I wouldn't have believed you. But that's where we are in this game with NMC's offense doing what they've done. And DeHinden working his way back into the game the way that he did. The 1-2 McCune will take it. And I'm sure for NMC, if there's still time permitting in the fourth, if they can shut down the Knights, they are going for the knockout punch. No doubt about it. The 2-2 McCune grounds this one over towards second. The throw to first is in time. And at long last, the third inning will draw to a close. But NMC brings home 8 to flip this game on its head. To the fourth we go. 8-6 NMC on top for the first time today at Schoonover Stadium. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium. This game has completely flipped on its head. Top of the fourth inning, 8-6 NMC on top. You look at the time, it's 2:31 as things stand. We have around 40 minutes until we can no longer start a new inning. In other words, once again, it looks like getting through 7 innings is going to be less than likely, barring a rapid speed up of this game, and even that might not be enough. But it'll be Bates, Kayeski, and Vidovic. 3 through 5 due up for the Knights, as it looks like Colt Flores is ready to go on the mound, replacing DeHinden in the end. 4 strikeouts for DeHinden, but since the change was not made before the inning that we just saw from NMC, after all that, he will be in line for the win. And Colt Flores will go on to try and clean up the mess. As that mess still exists, you look at the way this game is, you get rid of even a few of those runs. This is a more convincing NMC game. But I'm sure their offense is going to try to turn around in the bottom of the inning to do it again, to really put this one to rest. The 1-1, Flores will miss for ball 2. Now, for the Geauga Knights, they need a few runs, and then from there, they need to hold. Easier said than done, but this ball played over towards short, knocked down, long throw to first. It is going to be late. It's an infield base knock, one heck of an effort over at short, but just not enough behind it as Bate will easily reach. The hustle is there, the determination is there from this NMC defense to make those plays happen. Just couldn't get it done that time around. And now it goes to Konieski, the left fielder. 2 walks so far today for him. Flores will get back to work, missing high and in for ball 1. Again, up next at around 3:15 p.m. today. More likely than not, it'll be later than that. It is the Academy Wolves taking on Force Ohio Mancuso in the penultimate game of the day. The 1-0 misses in for ball 2. And then to close out the day, it'll be Premier Ohio Budzinski taking on NMC Bliss in the 5:30 time slot. And that'll round out a fun day of action at Schoonover Stadium. Day 1 of the Kent State Invite. The 2-0 flown foul. As well, a month from today on August 15th, our OHSAA coverage will return as high school sports will be back in action. Opening day is that Friday. We're not going to be doing any games on Friday night football, but Saturday our plan is a doubleheader. But we'll release that information soon as to where we will be. The 2-1 taken for strike 2. But excited that Scholastic games are coming back. And then after that, we'll have some fun games the week before week 1 of Friday Night Lights. High school football returns. Now the 2-2 poked over towards left center field and down. They're going to gun it to 2, and in the end, the throw from McMillan won't happen. Came up initially wanting to throw. Saw it just a little bit too late. But it's back-to-back base hits to begin the inning for the Knights, as now Vidovic will step in. Tying run is at first. Keep that in mind. And once again, this is where baseball having a clock becomes interesting. It's a clock that nobody knows how to read. But we'll see how these teams opt to go through the game flow, especially knowing this one could end at any second once you hit the 3 o'clock hour. But just really a bizarre game. That's the best way to put this. Nobody expected this one to be like this at all. NMC was expected to come in and dominate, which they have done to an extent. But the Geauga Knights have battled quite well. They are still well within their rights to be here, as they are really nowhere close to being out of this game. And NMC, same thing in a positive way. They're not really close to getting out of this game. The 2-0 high and in for ball 3. After Vidovic, it goes to Robert Allison, and he could step in with the bases loaded. Imagine if we only play 4 innings. That'd be something. Definitely possible. We'll see if it happens. Flores, a pause before the 3-0 as this one is spiked in for ball 4. And just like that, the bases are loaded. If we see more runs than this game at any point again today, I'd be surprised. How many are we going to end with? Is 20 out of the realm of possibility? Who knows? But it turns to Allison. 2 walks for him today. Looking to draw his first against Flores. Instead, he will swing a miss. Force, they're here. They're ready to go. The Academy Wolves are, for the most part, here, and I think they're ready to go, but they still have a lot of waiting to do. All that anticipation building before their big game. The 0-1 from Flores. Allison flies this one into foul territory in left field. And it is going to get down just in front of the left fielder Moore. Count quickly 0-2 on the center fielder. After Allison returns to Austin Otero, who has 3 RBIs today. 2 in his first at-bats and 1 in his second. The first out, it's the most important right now for NMC, still up by 2. But the Geauga Knights, again, threatening. And it's a good hold that time from Allison. 1-2 the counts. Yet another crazy day of baseball. I still don't think it'll top what happened on Sunday with time being called and not granted and 2 runs scoring because of it. That won't be topped. The 1-2 infield and Allison fly ball into right center field, and it's down to the cap for extra bases. Are you kidding me? 1 run will score. Here comes a second. The Knights are going for the lead again. They will get it, and Allison will cruise to third with a 3 RBI triple. 9-8, Geauga back on top. Are we serious with this? What a game it has been. And we still are no closer to deciding who is going to get the win. But Robert Allison with the swing of a lifetime. Clears the bases in front of him after 2 walks today. Finally shows what kind of power he has. And the Knights now look for insurance as Otero steps in. Teams respond differently to adversity. This is how this group responds to allowing 8 runs in the 3rd inning. They come out, they plate 3 more to take back the lead that they once held. There's just no quit in this team. 15 less wins than their opponents. And they look evenly matched. The 1-1 head level. And I'm sure Otero wouldn't mind bringing in a 4th RBI today. And again, looking at the time, we have about a half an hour left before the time limit. Otero, sharp grounder. It's going to be fair down the left field line for extra bases again. His 4th RBI of the day. Otero is cruising to second. He now wants 3, trying to hustle his way there. He will dive in, and it's back-to-back triples for the Geauga Knights. Make it 10-8. 4 RBIs, 5 total bags for Austin Otero. Have yourself a day. And there are still no outs in the top of the 4th inning. I mean, he made his way around the bases as fast as he could. Just got in there in the nick of time. And now it turns to Cade Hoffman. What can Hoffman do? That ball is going to get behind him. Otero's taking off, and he will score. You can hear from up here. He is energized. We're not repeating that one, though. That's 11-8. Contrary to popular belief, we don't do mic'd up content because I like my channel and I do not want it to get demonetized. And that's why. But a wild turnaround, a 5 spot, still none down at the top of the 4th inning. 19 combined runs. It's just insanity. The 1-0 fouled away. And from now for the Geauga Knights, take as long as possible this inning. Make this inning go as long as possible and hope NMC does not come around to score 4. If you can end it in 4, you'll end it in 4. Which is still a crazy concept just based on the time limits. I think at most we'll play 5. We'll see. The 1-2 from Flores is in the dirt. And now the question is for NMC, do you go to a 3rd arm? Do you have a 3rd arm you're willing to use in this game? And I'm sure the Geauga Knights will be making a change themselves. The 2-2, swing and a miss. It is a drop 3rd strike. They'll throw it on to first to confirm, and there it is, 1 down. So at long last, Flores will get his first strikeout of the game. But it's Carter Jacobs stepping back in. He struck out his last time up. But a different scenario, up by 3. But this is the beauty of baseball, the back and forth. And on any given day, any team can win, even if it doesn't seem possible. And I think a lot of people, myself kind of included, in the bottom of the third inning, saw what NMC did and said, you know what? NMC's going to turn around and win this one for sure. It's not a guarantee anymore. Throw to first in time from short, 2 down now. And we will go back to the top of the order. But Robert Allston and Austin Otero with back-to-back triples. A big point of the damage. And now all eyes turn to Gavin Rose at the top of the order. This past season hit .244 with 20 RBIs and a double in 27 games for Mayfield as a junior. First pitch, he'll see is high for ball 1. It goes without saying our next game will not be starting at 3:15. Not close. The 1-0 low for ball 2. Just based on time limit, I'm thinking around 3:35, 3:40 for that game. But we'll see. The 2-0 high and in. Still a chance that the 4th inning is the last inning. I'd be surprised at this point, but I think we have until around 3:10, which is 25 minutes. At most, we play 5. I would assume. The 3-0 from Flores is in the dirt for ball 4. Second time today, Rose has walked. Third free pass as he got hit to begin the game. Had the option of coming out and in the end said no. And that has been the right call. And now Fiebig will step in. Fielder's choice strikeout and a lineout so far today for the catcher. Out of Andrews Osborne Academy in Willoughby. Which again, after today, our next 7 broadcasts will be there. 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 3 Sunday. As here comes the emergency action in the bullpen once again. It appears to be Hayden Klepper and River Blomquist going down. So based on that, I believe Klepper will be getting warm. And Klepper is one of their starters. I think as well, Coach Carevic understands it'll be 4 outs at most that he'll be asked to get. I think you're planning on this game ending in 5. If you go to a 6th, cool. But I don't think we get there. And pitching-wise, you're at the point down by 3. If Flores doesn't have it, you need to make a change to keep yourself in the game. You can't give up so many runs and not score that all of a sudden you're at risk of being run-ruled, which you were earlier. The 1-1, well high for ball 2. At the same time, you don't necessarily want to call time to settle down your pitcher. It's precious time. Especially if you go and have a long inning and don't get the 4 runs you would need to take the lead and win the game. You're putting yourself out of business early. Again, baseball with a true clock. Maybe not the biggest fan of it. This kind of clock I am. The 2-1 bounces in. I do think if there's a walk here, you do have to go out and talk to Cole Flores. I think you do. As much as you want that precious time, it's not going to matter much if more runs score. After Phoebe, it goes to Bate, who led off this inning. It will be the second time today the Geauga Knights have batted around and have gone back to the top. Not just 9 up in an inning. It will be the second time today they batted their 9 and began a second go-around in the same inning. That in its own right is impressive, but not a guarantee. Count full on Fiebig. As for the offense, it's Colorado, McMillan, and Moore. 4 through 6 due up. And we'll see what they can do. The payoff pitch. It's low for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Bate, the first batter of the inning, becomes the 10th. Just a crazy game altogether. 19 combined runs, and we're in the top of the 4th inning. Don't know how the next 2 games are going to live up to this hype, but I'm sure they will in other ways. We'll see some really good players on both sides, and we'll see how they can compete. That time will be tipped back by Bate. 0-1 the count. He singled his first time up this inning. That alone does not feel like a stat that should be said all too often, but it has been more than once today. The 0-1 he'll take for strike 2. No conversation with Flores. I do think Coach Carevic is aware of the time, and that's why he's not having a conversation. The 0-2, it's in the dirt. That'll skip away from the catcher. And now 2 runners stand in scoring position. Cotton got a piece of it, but not enough to keep it in front. Just an obscure game. Best way to put it. The 1-2, ground ball hit over towards short. Throw to first. It is going to be in time. And it's a pivotal third out to end the inning. From up 2 to down 3. It's a whirlwind of emotions for NMC. The Geauga Knights once again have the lead. Middle of 4 in Kent. 19 combined runs. 11-8 your score here in Bizarro World. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. To the bottom of the 4th inning we go. Will this be the final inning? Only time will tell. Time locally is 2:51. We have around 19-ish minutes until we can no longer start a new inning. But 11-8 your score. NMC has some work to do. It's Colorado leading off, followed by McMillan and Moore, 4 through 6. No matter which way you look at it, this game is going to be a crazy finish. Even if this is the final score, it is going to be a wild finish just to see how we do get this one over the line. Connor Mize, he will stay on the mound for the time being to face Colorado as he'll take ball 1. If you have that time limit in mind, on the Geauga Knights, I am playing right to it. I'm going to find a way to kind of stall the time almost as Colorado will swing and miss. Now, if you can get out of this inning 1, 2, 3 quite easily, then okay. You go to the 5th inning, you're okay with it. But if it becomes a drag and NMC starts to score, then you're kind of thinking about maybe wasting some time. Not too much, but wasting a little bit. Mize is 1-1. Colorado sends this one into center field where it's caught for out number 1. A nice little knee slide there from Allison. A really good day at the office for him, considering that triple earlier on. But one up, one down, as now it turns to McMillan. But for the Geauga Knights, they're kind of closing in on what would be a really big upset. And with it, they would be within one game of 500. But I think if we do make our way to the 5th, that'll be our final inning. I'd be surprised if we do see the 6th. You never know. The 7th is off the table. That is completely impossible, I believe, just kind of based on the timing of each inning. Even if it is the possible or quickest possible innings each time, I still think it's out of reach. The 1-0 high for ball 2. And you never know. NMC could turn around this inning, plate 3, and we take an 11-11 game into the 5th. If a team scores, well, great. We'll probably win the game. But we'll see what ends up happening. Mize is 2-0. McMillan, a deep shot to left field, still going back, and that ball is more than gone. That'll help out the offensive cause. It's a solo shot for Aiden McMillan. That'll make it 11-9 as he makes his way around the bases. A no-doubter for the rising senior out of Worcester. That'll help keep this one competitive. NMC right back in it. And he'll trot his way right back to the dugout. He knows there's more work to be done. And that's the mentality of a winner. Now 2 for 3 on the day with a solo shot tacked on. So now it turns to Blake Moore. Moore that time swings and misses. Within now 10 to 15-ish minutes of the time limit. Mize is 0-1. This time driven over towards right. It's going to be foul. And it's going to be out of play. Count quickly 0-2. After McMillan, after Moore, it goes to Cotton. As for the Knights, if we see their offense again, it would be Konieski, Vidovic, and Allison. 4 through 6 due up. Mize still looking for his first strikeout of the day as well. The 0-2 skips in and skips away. The tying run is in the on-deck circle. Keep that in mind. And then after that, it's Jackson Briggs who would be the go-ahead and potentially, based on time, the winning run. It all depends on when Father Time, or in this case, the umpire, says, time's up. And from there, the countdown begins to end that inning. The 1-2. Close, but not close enough. Once again, up next, it'll be Force Mancuso taking on the Academy Wolves. Initially scheduled for 3:30. Expect that game to start between 3:35 and 3:40. The 2-2. A no-doubter. 2 up, or rather 2 down now on 3 at-bats. First strikeout of the day for Mize. You get rid of that home run, of course. You'd have that 2 up, 2 down. But still, I think just based on how this game has gone, you expected a run to be scored at some point this inning. If that's how it's scored, it's only 1 run. You kind of put it out of your view. You forget about it. You take this 2-run lead into the 5th. And from there, you try to defend it one last time. Realistically, you're 4 outs away. But it turns to Cotton. Bases cleared, 2 down. After a really nice strikeout from Mize. As well, make sure you stick with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. And then after that, we will lead into our second to last game of the day. And don't forget, we'll have one more after that as Premier Budzinski takes on NMC Bliss. That game right now scheduled for 5:30. As well, this is the heat of the day, so that could explain why the defenses have played the way they have. It is not really going to get too much warmer than this today. This is about as hot as it will get. Nice. Now a 1-2 count on Cotton as he breaks that one in. But right now, all signs are pointing towards a fifth and final inning. Then from there, we'll see if the Geauga Knights can hang on and get the upset win. A crazy upset it would be. The 1-2 tipped back. We'll do it again. And I think right now NMC is lucky that the Heat time limit of 1:45 was not put into effect for this game, as otherwise they would have nowhere else to go. But the regular 2 hours, just enough time. The 1-2 once again is fouled back. And the nice thing is for both teams, the time limit really no longer matters after this inning, as you pretty much know how much time you have left, and that is 1 inning. Which could be a positive, even if it is a subconscious count, as there is the swing and miss. The side is retired. And we will head to the fifth and final inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mize. Still 1 run scores on a solo shot from Aiden McMillan. But it's the Geauga Knights up 11-9 on NMC here in Kent. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Eleven to 9, Geauga Knights, your score as we enter the top of the fifth inning. What a game it has been. 20 combined runs, 1 home run, and a whole host of crazy plays all together as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. 2 more games after this, but it'll be hard to live up to the hype of this one. Just any crazy thing that you could have imagined for this game, it has happened. Lead changes, crazy swings, crazy plays, the whole 9 yards have happened. The 1-0 is going to miss for ball 2. It'll still be Flores on the mound for NMC, but Klepper, I believe, is ready to go if necessary. But they're going to try to have 30 finish out this game. Then the question becomes for the Geauga Knights, does Connor Mize finish out the game for them? Does he have the liberty to go out and get the final 3 outs in the home half of the inning to try and solidify this big upset? I'm sure it also depends on how much run support he gets this inning. The 3-0, it is on the inside edge for strike 1. And I think Agnieszki, the left fielder, has to be told a few times that he has to come back. I mean, he was ready to make his run right down to first base to keep this inning going. He'll have to try it again now, 3-1. Got a little antsy, the rising senior out of West Geauga High School. This time, he will fly it directly to the right fielder. Barely had to move for it. 1 up, 1 down. A nice routine play out in right field. Gets the 5th going, as that'll bring up Bryce Vidovic. Again, as we said a few times, expect the next game to begin anywhere between 3:30 and 3:40. 3:15 is off the table, as we might still be in this game when that happens. So if I had to guess, 5-minute window, 3:35 to 3:40, if not 3:40 to 3:45. I don't think we're going to start this game before 3:35, unless we're really quick. If we're done in the next 8 minutes, then maybe. Even so, I think we'll have a little bit longer of a break, especially if it is the same umpire crew, as they need to make sure that they're also getting their rest in. And nobody's playing a doubleheader today, which is probably a good thing, at least here. There are other doubleheaders, some teams making the trip, such as Premier Budzinski coming here after playing at Munson earlier. But playing back-to-back in this kind of heat, it's not ideal. The 2-1 from Flores gets the jam swing high in the air over towards center field, and it's going to be caught at short for out number 2. Nice catch by Rimke. I believe Rimke moved over there a few innings ago. So with 2 away, it now turns to Robert Allison. A 3 RBI triple his last time up. Before that, 2 walks. Flores goes back to dealing, and yes, he did. 0-1 the count. As for NMC, Briggs, Rimke, and Leach, which Leach will probably be replaced by Blomqvist again. That'll be their last hope offensively, barring another really quick inning that could, not likely, but technically could see us reach a 6th inning. I'd be surprised, though. Flores, he does get out of the inning, and strike 3 looking. His second strikeout of the day, and the side is retired. Most likely, this will be it for NMC. Their last chance when we return. 11-9 your score as the Knights go in order in the 5th. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Last chance for NMC, 11-9 your score as the Geauga Knights on top. As you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Again, I would say within 5 minutes of that time limit. Only the umps know the official time. But barring any quick game shenanigans, this will be the final half inning and the last chance NMC gets to try and get something out of this game. Mize will remain on the mound as he fires in strike 1. It'll be Briggs, Rimke, and then Blomqvist at the top. 8, 9, and 1 due up for NMC as they look to fight their way back in, which is still a possibility. The 0-1 Briggs flies this one into right field, and it is going to be caught. An excellent catch in right for out number 1. Just slid underneath it and got it. One out closer to getting this win secured. That was a nice play. Just had a slide underneath it, made sure the ball did not go anywhere. I think they ruled it would have been a fair ball either way. So even more so a good play. We'll see where this one would have landed, as it could have easily been. But of course, we don't have the official hop, so we don't know exactly where that one would have landed. But either way, one up, one down, as Jake Rimke will step in. Rimke, an RBI double his last time up. And the on-deck circle, it will go back to Cade Leach. It won't be Blomqvist again, as there is strike one. An interesting move, but Leach hasn't been bad. And it is just trying something new. Or something old that now is new again, as this one is fouled away by Rimke again. Count quickly 0-2. What can NMC figure out? Backs against the wall, on the verge of losing a really tough game to the Geauga Knights. The 0-2, Rimke stays alive. Once again, if this is a quick 1-2-3 inning, the question now goes to the umpires of if the game is done. It'll be their call in the end, believe it or not. As that is how this crazy one will go out. A clock. Once more the 0-2. Just a bit high. But if there was no time limit, we'd probably be here for 2 hours and 45 for one pool play game, which is absurd. The 1-2, again, Rimke fouls it away. And I feel like any chance of a quick inning bringing us to the 6th is gone with that swing. I'm sure the Academy Wolves and Force Ohio want to get their game going as soon as possible, too. As if this one goes any longer, you might start to see some NMC Bliss or some Premier Ohio players show up for their game. That being scheduled for 5:30. And now it looks like we're out of baseballs. I think that's going to be the scramble here. Which, if that's the case, that's interesting. Plenty of foul balls, yes, but you'd think, just considering how many we saw, that there had been some kind of rush from one of these sides, especially NMC, to get them in quicker. But not at all the case. Count still 1-2 on Rimke. Can Mice get out number 2 here? Rimke, sharp grounder over towards short, picked up by Rose. Throw to 1 is in time. And the magic number for the Geauga Knights is 1. 2 up, 2 down. Cade Leach, the last line of offense for NMC. Of course, it'll all go to the umpires and the coaches to make sure the time limit is being properly adhered to. And with it, that the time is actually accurate. But barring any crazy revelations in timing, this is it for NMC. And Mize' first pitch will be fouled back by Leach. 0-1 the count. Leach, the rising senior, 5'8", 175, coming out of Norway in high school. Has a velo of around 99, so plenty of good pop off of his bat. The 0-1 from Mize will miss wide. Most times, if your ace gives up 9 runs, you'd be quite disappointed. But in this case, I think the Geauga Knights are quite pleased with Connor Mize. Now the 1-1. Misses wide and high for ball 2. If a runner gets on, the tying run would always be in the batter's box. And in this case, it would be Chase Cartwright. The 2-1 breaks in for strike 2. And just like that, NMC is down to their final strike. Can they close it out here? Is this where the Geauga Knights can clinch a massive upset? The 2-2 is fouled away. We'll do it again. Just an unbelievable middle game today. The middle is exactly what we were hoping it would be. A crazy game with so many twists and turns. Once again, the 2-2. Good drive into center field, and it is going to drop just out of the center fielder's glove. So it's a lifeline for NMC. Leach will reach. And now here comes the tying run and Chase Cartwright. I think just like the first game today, Connor Mize is going to be the ride or die. He is going to be the guy on the mound whether they win or lose this game. Or even if they tie it, I think he is going to be the guy that is tasked with slowing it down and finishing the game out. Just one out away from getting the job done. But NMC one swing away from at least getting something out of this game. Cartwright gets jammed up. It's going to be popped. And out of play it goes. Based on that swing, that might be best case scenario. If that ball was playable, that would have been a tough way to go out. Instead, 0-1 count on Cartwright with McCune in the on-deck circle and Colorant to follow him up in the hole. So you do have some power bats coming up. Will one of them step up or even have a chance? Cartwright takes the 0-1. 0-2. A no-doubter from Connor Mize. And once again is one strike away from making it happen. Leach stands at first. Cartwright in the batter's box represents the tying run. The 0-2, a nice block behind the plate. Feebig keeps it in front. Now 1-2 the count. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of number 10. The 1-2, Cartwright flies this one into shallow right field, and it is going to be caught. And that should do it. What a catch in shallow right field. And somehow and some way, 11-9 your final. The Geauga Knights have done it. They upset NMC Carevic. One of the biggest upsets of the summer. A 15-win discrepancy between the teams, which in a shortened summer season is a lot. But it doesn't matter. All that mattered was 5 innings here today in Kent. 20 runs, 11 of which belonged to the Geauga Knights. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. What a win for the Geauga Knights. 11-9 your final. They get the upset win over NMC Carevic. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. It could go a lot of ways, but you look at the swing that gave the Knights back their lead. Robert Allison, a bases clearing 3 RBI triple walk 2 other times before that today. For those efforts, he is your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. And funnily enough, he is the second player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville today, both of which play in the North Coast Conference. Of course, the first one was Joe Svets earlier on today. So it stays inside the conference for now, and a chance, depending on who wins it in our last game, for it to stay in the conference one final time. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. 2 more games left to go. And here might be the most anticipated one of the day so far. It is the Academy Wolves. A really good showing a few weeks ago at John Carroll. They are the Cardiac Kids. They can win any game. It just might take them a little while to get into rhythm. On the other end, Force Mancuso. Lots of pitching depth. Lots of depth altogether. So many good hitters. We'll see these two teams square off when we return. Time to flip on over to game link number 4, as this is Nathan Smee signing off for now from Schoonover Stadium in Kent. 11-9 your final in game number 3. This one belongs to the Knights, as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on SmeeSports.